There's been a lot of predictions, theories, and talk about the 7th season of Beyblade Burst. The 7th season of Beyblade, also known as Beyblade Burst Quad Strike, actually came out with the first episode a couple days ago. I mean, quite literally, there's been so many predictions about this new season that this is really exciting. So in today's video, we are going to be checking out 15 main things that happened in the first episode of Beyblade Burst Quad Strike. Let's get straight into this video.
Jack it up.
Okay, so the first thing I have on this list is that Vault, Ranzo, and basically the whole group from Beyblade Burst Dynamite were all inside the first episode of Beyblade Burst Quad Strike, except not Bashara. He went off. So it seems like they're bringing back a little bit of Beyblade Burst Dynamite for the first episode. Phantom's Gate is also there, and it was actually pretty cool to see Vault, Ranzo, and literally the whole group from Beyblade Burst Dynamite in an animation that Hasbro made. For number 2, it was that they were participating in what they call the Grand Masquerade Beyblade Tournament. Now, me personally, I definitely found this really interesting because Ranzo Kiyama ended up winning. And let's be honest, guys, he's not the strongest out of the group. I'd say Bell is, or maybe Bashara. And Ranzo Kiyama actually won. A lot of people were also participating in this Grand Masquerade tournament as well. Now, for the third point that I have here, it's actually one of my favorites. It's that they introduced a new stadium called the Tetra Beyblade Stadium. And this is actually really good because a new stadium for a new anime means better battles and a newer type of style. It won't change the way the Beyblades spin or anything, it just gives them a new play field. Now for point number 4, this is actually a really interesting one. Now, it's about somebody trying out the new Beyblade Stadium. And no, it's not Bell, Ranzo, or anybody else. It's the legend himself, Vault Aoi. Now, this is actually really interesting because he uses his ultimate Valtryek, and Vault and his Beyblade goes wild in the stadium. It's honestly really cool. Now, for point number 5, it's that Quadra is battling in the tournament too. She says 1, 2, 3, and 4, then bursts a Beyblade. Now, I think this has to do with the elements, as later in the points, she talks about the elemental power types. So, this is actually a really nice fact. For number 6, it's the final battle in the tournament. It's versus Bell and Ranzo, but Quadra says that she will win ultimately. So this basically fits into the episode because this shows that Quadra is a Beyblade that's passionate and she thinks that she could win everything. Now for the 7th point here, it's that Bell finds a mysterious puzzle that is on a stone wall. This is actually really weird and interesting because you could literally move the stone and it was a puzzle. Now, for point number 8, it's that he completes the puzzle, but then he falls into a trap door. Quadra was behind that little stone wall, smiling after he fell. So it looks like Quadra knew that Bell would come, and Quadra was trying to trap Bell. Now for the 9th point, it's that Bell finds the cave with the elementals on the wall from the opening theme of Beyblade Burst Quad Strike. So it looks like the elemental power types are actually coming to play now. Now for the 10th point here, it's that where Randall was standing at that point, he was behind the stadium. And the stadium and Randall were sunk underground because the ground was shaking from the elemental cave that Belle had fallen into. Now, for the 11th fact, this is actually really interesting. Quadra meets Belle inside that cave and they actually battle. Now, the thing is, Quadra has won every single battle in the Grand Masquerade Beyblade tournament from the count of 4. And Quadra's brother, Pax, was using this little device and was actually tracking her elemental power. She has the elemental power of lightning. It honestly kind of made sense because her Beyblade is called Lightning Pandora. For number 12, while battling Belle, Quadra says, "Just watch. You'll see why it's an elemental bay." So it looks like now officially the elemental power types are taking over this season. Our predictions were right. Now for number 13, as Quadra was doing the whole time in the Grand Masquerade Beyblade tournament, she counted up to 4 and placed a ring-out finish on Bellfire. Now for the second to last point of this video, it was that Quadra wasn't happy that it wasn't a burst finish. Ultimately, because in the whole time Quadra was battling in the Grand Masquerade Beyblade tournament, she always won by a burst, which is honestly really impressive. Now for the final fact / point of this video, it is that Belle does a huge attack, but Lightning Pandora escapes it. Quadra uses the lightning elemental and bursts Bellfire. Now, the fact that she bursts Bellfire in the first episode is honestly a pretty good surprise. I would think Belle would win that because he's honestly pretty strong. But yeah, those are the 15 points. Definitely comment your thoughts down below. I would really like to hear what you think of the first episode of Beyblade Burst Quad Strike. So with that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Beyblade video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, definitely make sure to turn on that crisp notification bell. And with that, guys, I'll see you in the next Beyblade video. Bye, guys!